Welcome back to another episode of Fantasy Endzone. I'm your host, as always, Jake. You can follow me on X, Twitter, whatever you call it, at Louis Lewis 5. That's Lewis, Lewis, and the number 5. It's also right there on the screen if you're on the YouTube, tuning in for YouTube. I am back every Tuesday for here on Player Profiler Now Plus channel. You can check it out on YouTube if you want the video. If you're listening to the podcast, it's coming out on Wednesday. So, again, thank you for coming back and tuning in with me today. On today's show, I will be going over news. Not so much, has happened since last week because the Pro Bowl, honestly, put in the chat, how many of you actually watched the Pro Bowl? I totally forgot, and I could care less, to be honest. Shedeur Sanders got a Pro Bowl nod. I think somebody said Joe Flacco did. And the Shield is now not even relevant, I guess, in my opinion. So I just don't understand why we even do it at this rate. But also, I will be diving into wide receivers and tight ends position for see who's on free agents or whose contract is up from the draft to free agents and potential trade targets. Not so many tight ends, but this really goes well with wide receivers currently. With that, let's get fantasy. All right. I guess the only news I really have is it looks like the coaching cycle has been completed. The 10, 11 teams that were looking for head coach, now every single one of them has found. Coaching cycle is complete. Start with the newest one, I guess, is Mike LaFleur. Yes, brother of Matt LaFleur. He is now the Arizona Cardinals head coach. I predicted, if you check the channel, it would have been about a month ago. I gave my own thoughts of who will go where. I only got 2 of the 10 correct. I flip-flopped 2 of them. So maybe 3. Give me 3. Give me 30%. I also didn't think Mike McCarthy would be anything. Anyways, it's kind of weird you see, Mike LaFleur going to Arizona. They just got rid of Jonathan Gannon. Well, Jonathan Gannon's now with Mike LaFleur's brother, Matt LaFleur, in Green Bay as a DC. But I think this is a good hire for the Cardinals with a young team. And I just have a feeling this is going to help out Marvin Harrison Jr. Yes, I said it. Marvin Harrison Jr., I think, is going to be a big beneficial factor in this one for this hire. I also think that Kyler Murray is back on this team. He's just too much to just cut probably, and no one's going to want to take his contract. So I can see Kyler Murray being back as well. Joe Brady, I discussed it, I think, last week. He got promoted from OC Buffalo Bills to now head coach for the Buffalo Bills. Jeff Hafley, I already said 2-3 years, he gone. Miami Dolphins head coach. Tennessee Titans found their head coach in Robert Salem. Great hire for the fact that they went out and got Brian Daboll as their offense coordinator. I love those two pairing. You got Robert Salem on the defensive side of the ball, and then you give the reins to Brian Daboll, which just happened to work another potential rookie of the year if he didn't get hurt. Jackson Dart, and now guess what? Cam Ward. You're working with Brian Daboll. Todd Monken. What the hell are we doing, Cleveland? I from everything I was reading, their hiring process is a joke. Having everyone fill out a survey and see how they test and everything else. God damn. I don't know what to say for that one. But yes, Browns hired Todd Monken. Mike McCarthy, again, I already said it. Pittsburgh Steelers. I like it, I guess. It just reminds me of mediocre. And being a Green Bay Packer fan, that's all Mike McCarthy was, is just the same thing as Mike Timely. You get in the playoffs, you lose first, maybe second round, but you're not going much deeper in the playoffs. Jesse Minter, hired as Baltimore Ravens head coach. I don't know much about him. I know he was a defense coordinator for the Chargers, but everything I see is like they're grading him like a B plus as a hire, or A minus. So I guess take it with what you will. Kevin Stefanski going to Atlanta Falcons. I think that's a good hire for them. Again, offensive minded coach is what I think everyone should be having. John Harbaugh, New York Giants. He was, the Cinderella ball coach out there, and he got to pick whatever team he really wanted to go to. And, it just so happened to be the New York Giants. And last but not least, it's not official from what I've read, but Clint Kubiak, and I did predict that one, Las Vegas Raiders. I think this is the right hire, honestly. You've seen what he did with, this past year of Sam Darnold on the Atlanta on the Seattle Seahawks, Atlanta Falcons. Wow, I'm losing. I've been up since 3:00 this morning and working 2 jobs right now. It's slow at it. This is my 3rd job of the day, but nonetheless, going back to it, I'm guessing they're going to draft Fernando Mendoza. Him and Clint Kubiak, I think, is going to be a really good pairing. So I really, really do enjoy this hire. That is all I got for notes. I mean, we're going into the Super Bowl Sunday. Next time I'm on, obviously we'll talk about the Super Bowl. Who do you guys put in the chat? Who do you think is going to win? Seahawks or Patriots? I got the Seahawks. But as long as my football pool numbers hit, and let's just put it that way, I'm not going to be rooting. And the halftime show is probably going to suck with Bad Bunny, but what do I know? But before we get into our wide receivers for free agents, let's hear a word from the Podfather.
They say best ball hasn't changed in 5 years. Until the rabbit. Clean, easy, $50,000 prize pool that you can actually win. Show the ownership, show the exposure right there in the draft room. We're talking about a full best ball draft. 20-second time clock, takes 20 minutes. And use your host promo code or FAST for a $50 deposit match when you sign up. Now let's go start drafting faster.
Yes, go ahead and use my promo code Lewis, LEWIS, at FastDraft. When you download, you get a $1 for $1 match up to $50 when you make your first deposit. And you could compete against me in the rabbit. Right now, I have 2 or 3 teams going on, but don't worry, I'm going to get a lot more rabbit. Rookie Origins, I just took off, but join me with the rabbit. All right, let's get into it. It's going to be more of a quicker show today, but let's get into wide receivers who are free agents. And there's a long list of quality guys out there. We'll start off with Mike Evans. There's talks that he might not be back with Tampa Bay, which that's going to be weird seeing if he doesn't go back to Tampa Bay. But I have him projected to go back to Tampa Bay on a 1 or 2 year deal. sounds like he doesn't want to retire, and I don't think he will. Christian Kirk, he's been dealing with injuries the last couple of years. Does he go back to Houston? I think he played himself. I think they're going to go back younger. You know, they got Jalen Noel, Jaden Higgins, and Nico Collins. So I don't think they will be signing him. Deebo Samuel, I don't know if he goes back to Washington, but he's out there. Tutu Atwell, whatever. Same with Dynasty Brown. I don't think much of any of these players. Marquise Hollywood Brown, he might get a 1 year lower $5 million deal again with the Kansas City Chiefs. Same with Juju Smith-Schuster. Juwan Jennings is an interesting one. I really like him. It sounds like he's not going to be on 49ers, even though they want to re-sign him. I just don't think he's going to be on the team. He's actually pretty damn good overall, if you ask me. But I think he could go to maybe a Raiders situation with working with Fernando Mendoza, something like that. I mean, a lot of these guys could go to the Raiders, honestly. Rashid Shaheed, I think he resigns back with Seattle. I mean, there's a reason why they drafted him. Hell, he's been making a difference on special teams, and I think he's going to do well. DeAndre Hopkins, prime is gone. Same with Keenan Allen. Yes, he had a monster, first 6 weeks, and then after that, where did he go? What did he do? He's not there. If he does play, he's going to be only on a Chargers uniform. Jahan Dotson, blah. Wan'Dale Robinson, though, that's an interesting one. Does he go back to the New York Giants? I mean, they got the money, but yeah, I don't know. Especially with them picking 4th overall. I mean, if he resigns, I don't know if they will go wide receiver right away in 4th overall or 5th. I can't remember exactly. But if they don't re-sign him, expect the Giants to draft a wide receiver early. John Mechie, he goes back to the Jets. I don't know what else you would want to do. Kendrick Bourne, you're nice while you lasted. Sterling Shepard, same thing, nice while you lasted. Alec Pierce, I think, is going to get like a $20 million deal a year. He's been reliable. He's sure-handed lately. He's your home run deep threat guy. Hell, I mean, you look at it, and the Colts really, really like throwing it up to him, and he's produced a lot of good weeks. Zacchaeus for the Bears. I mean, whatever. He was 3rd in the depth chart until Burden actually started getting his feet wet. Brandon Cooks. We've seen him drop the interception, I guess you would say, or catch. I don't know what you want to say still with the Bills game. MVS, Marquise Valdez-Scantling, blah. Treylon Burks, blah. Jalen Naylor, that's interesting. Maybe he should go back to the Vikings. Kelvin Austin, maybe he'll go back to Pittsburgh only if Rodgers is back because he actually likes him. Jake Bobo, run it back with the champs. Seattle. But I think they're going to win. Jalen Coker, there's a lot of Coke heads out there. But I know that Panthers really like him. Romeo Doubs, though, I'm a Green Bay Packer fan, as you know. I'd love to have him back in green and gold, but he's just Mr. Reliable. He's always there, sure-handed. Hey, you need a big-time spark play. You throw it up to him, and he magically makes a good play. And he's getting you 5 to 10 touchdowns or 5 to 8 touchdowns a year probably. Brandon Ayuk, I think he's released now. I don't even know what that saga is really going on. But if he's not released or whatever, I think he lost all of his guaranteed money. Stupid mistake. But if he's not, he's going to get traded. I mean, he's not even going to be back with the 49ers. And the big time play maker, George Pickens, the number one free agent this offseason in all of football. Maybe. I think he gets franchise tagged by the Dallas Cowboys, which obviously we'll let you know when that happens and why they should. I mean, from what I was reading reports that defensive coordinators had a hard time scheming against those guys, but expect him to be back with them in my eyes. I don't see why they wouldn't. But that's all your free agents for wide receivers. I'm going to only cover about 10 draft picks. Mekhi Lemon, USC. That's my number one wide receiver. He just looks so good out of the slot. I just really like him coming out of the slot. He's scrawnier, but he's got that athletic ability. He looks like, the body type of Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, that type style, and he's going to be a big-time playmaker. These next couple I got to dive more deeper into them, but Cardell Tate, that's pretty much consensus number one wide receiver this year from the Ohio State. He looked great, but when he was in the bowl game, he disappeared. I don't know what happened. He disappeared. He dropped catches that he normally makes, and I just was not impressed when the lights were shining the brightest. He kind of folded this year. Jordyn Tyson, Arizona State. I think he's probably going to be – I mean, he could go number one wide receiver. Like, those three guys are your top three wide receivers this year in the draft. He's a big-bodied receiver, but injuries concern me for fantasy. He has yet to finish a single college season healthy. Healthy. So that really scares me. He had a whole year that he basically missed as well. So that scares me. Denzel Boston from Washington. That guy looks like a playmaker. He looks like he belongs in the NFL. He's 6'4", big body, shields the defender in the red zone. Big time playmaker. Casey Conception from Texas A&M. That guy's got just wheels. He's just got the little scat back and, the design runs and pass plays for him. I think he's going to make a lot of noise. Most likely it'll be a first-round draft pick in your rookie drafts. Zachariah Branch from Georgia. This dude is a baller too. He's a smaller guy, body size, but he's so twitchy. He helps out in special teams. He's like you might as well say he's almost like a Rashid Shaheed in a way, but I think he's better aspect for wide receiver skill set, but he's good at the return game. Chris Braswell, the second from Tennessee. He's another big, tall playmaker. He torched my Syracuse Orange this year. And I think after I seen that game, he just looked good. I don't know what to say about him. He made a name for himself, and he deserves it. Germie Bernard from Alabama. Him and Ryan Williams from Alabama. We're going back and forth. Ryan Williams, obviously, he's a sophomore and on the cover of NCAA. But yes, Bernard was the one that actually shined this year. So he could be late first round. I expect middle of second round in your rookie drafts. Omar Cooper Jr. from Indiana and his partner, Elijah Sarrett. Both of them are pretty damn good. And I am a big believer that one of these guys get drafted by the Raiders because why would you not pair up? If you have a need at quarterback and you have a need at wide receiver, those two are good wide receivers. Why would you not pair them up with their college quarterback? Now, I'm going to tell you a team that did that a year later, but let's see. We look at Joe Burrow getting drafted first overall. Jamar Chase did not really play the final season at LSU. And that looks like it's working pretty damn well. And I'm just a true believer that if you already have the connection and rapport, why would you not do that same thing? And if it helps your team, hell yeah, I'm in for it. So those are my 10 guys I got for the draft. Again, those are Micaiah Lemon, USC, Cardell Tate, Ohio State, Jordyn Tyson, Arizona State, Denzel Boston, Washington, Casey Conception, Texas A&M, Zachariah Branch, Georgia, Chris Braswell, the second from Tennessee, Elijah Sarrett, Indiana, Omar Cooper Jr., Indiana, and Germie Bernard from Alabama. Now, here is just a kind of a list of trade targets that I think is going to be a lot of calls, if not released. The ones I'm going to think that are going to be probably released is Calvin Ridley. Like, who's really going to trade for him? I think he gets mostly released, if anything. Tyreek Hill, same thing. I think he gets released, but don't expect Chiefs to call. But that's even if he can play. I don't know with his knee tore up and everything else. Who knows? Maybe he's got another kid on the way or something. I don't know. AJ Brown is the most squeakiest wheel out there. I think he gets moved for sure this offseason. It'd be almost like a shame that he's back in a Eagles uniform, to be honest. What do they get? Maybe like a second and like a fifth? A lot of people would say, oh, 2 firsts or a first and this. I'm like, he's getting older. He's 28, 29. I don't think he gets a first. I don't think it fetches a first. I mean, hell, he got traded for a first. And then the big issue, you got to pay the man and you got to have the salary cap. But I think he gets traded. Great team that would love him would be a guy named Josh Allen, and the Buffalo Bills would absolutely love him. And if he gets traded, don't expect Philly just to sit there on the sideline. Expect them to sign one of those big-time free agents or hell, to make a push for some of these wide receivers. I don't think this one will happen, but Marvin Harrison Jr., I think with the signing of Mike LaFleur, I think that's what they're going to stick with. I mean, you throw in a towel after you draft a guy 4th overall 2 years ago. Probably not the right time to do it. Give it another year. Kyler was hurt. So I'm kind of expecting him to stay. DJ Moore, he's been rumored last offseason, get traded, never did. And Ben Johnson comes out and says he was a major factor on our team and we needed him. So I think he stays put, but do not be shocked if he's gone. Another guy I think that's going to stay put, but don't be shocked, is Jalen Waddle. But it sounds like Mike LaFleur or Jeff Hafley. Sorry, Mike LaFleur. Jeff Hafley actually likes him. I think he said he's a building block or franchise cornerstone player. So I expect big things coming out of his way, especially if Tyreek Hill's not there. I know his numbers weren't pretty once Hill went out, but somebody I'm targeting in dynasty leagues. Xavier Legette, I think he stays. Quentin Johnson, I think he stays. Keon Coleman, I mean, the owner just talks shit about him. I think he's out the door, to be honest. I don't think a team wants to. If I was him, I'd want the hell out too. Like, you don't even want me here. Screw you guys. Or I'm just going to sit here and collect my paycheck, my rookie paycheck, but I also want to make a difference on a team. So I want to go on a different team. And the one that I think I don't know if it'll happen, but I'm going to say it's going to happen. I'm going to make a bold prediction. Brian Thomas Jr. gets traded this offseason. He had issues, drops, and health-wise and everything else. But look at this team. You already secured Jacoby Myers with the bag. You drafted Travis Hunter second overall last year, and you traded up to get him. You traded a lot for him. Parker Washington looks freaking amazing. Do I hear anything else? Like, you already got Brenton Strange. Like, you could probably get a haul for him. You could probably get a first plus. And I know the Bills would definitely really want to take him too. So don't be shocked if he gets traded to the Bills for some reason. But I also don't think they're going to trade him to the Bills because they got beat by the Bills in the playoffs. So why would you want to help them get better? That's all I got for the wide receiver position. Let's jump in. Like I said, this is going to be a quick show pretty much. I got just tight ends, free agents, and draft, and then we're going to close it out. It's going to be like a 30, 40-minute episode, but nonetheless, I'm here for you guys. So if you ever have any questions or, want fantasy advice, don't be afraid to hit me up on X, Twitter, whatever you call it, Louis Lewis 5. Send me a DM, whatever. I'll tell my wife still that you slid in my DMs. But don't be afraid. I'll hit you back and get back to you. Free agents at tight end. Travis Kelce, if he's not on the Chiefs, he's off into the sunset with Taylor Swifty. But, I expect him to play one more year. But, yeah. David Njoku, he's gone. He's out the door. When they went and gave him like 30, 40% of snaps compared to Harold Fanning getting like 100%, that's a big difference. But I know it's a different coaching regime, but he ain't going back to Cleveland. I can tell you that right now. Dallas Goedert, I think he goes back to the Eagles. Makes a whole lot of sense. I think that they're going to just re-sign him. Taysom Hill, I think he either goes back to, I don't know, maybe just retires too. It's hard to say. He's huge on special teams, but also he's that guy for New Orleans Saints. Kyle Pitts, man, that's probably got to be the best tight end available, but different coaching regime. He came on toward the end of the season, but that's also with Drake London hurt. He's going to go to Tennessee because Chigakonku's gone and different coaching regime. Gunnar Helm, no thank you. But Kyle Pitts, yes. Noah Fant, meh. Tyler Conklin, meh. Zach Ertz, if he's even healthy, he goes back to the Commanders. If not, he's retiring. Like, I don't see anything else. I think he got injured way too late in the season to be making a difference. Darren Waller, I don't know where he goes. If he does, maybe he goes back to the Dolphins. I don't really think he does, but don't be shocked if he does. Cade Otton, I think if anyone, he goes back to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think that's his role. It is what it is, but he might want to make some noise. Oh man, I'm tired. I tell you what, it's a long day. Gotta do it. Gotta keep grinding. Not too much longer of the show. Greg Dolch, blah. He looked like dog shit for the longest time and made a little noise toward the end of the season for the Dolphins. Jake Tunges, it'd be smart for the 49ers to bring him back. He looked really good in the playoffs and when Kittle was out. So I really like Jake Tunges going back to the 49ers. Isaiah Likely might be the second best option at tight end this year. They just gave Mark Andrews a bag, so does he really go back to Baltimore? Probably not. I don't know. Maybe the Jets. The Jets would love somebody like Isaiah Likely. Oh, well, sorry. They got Mason Taylor that can't break a tackle to save his life and looks like dog. Yeah, but that's all your free agent tight ends. At the draft, there's 5. I'm going to just name 5. Keon Squidid or Sagwick. I don't even know how to pronounce. I suck at pronouncing guys' names if I don't really focus on who they are. But he's your top draft tight end from Oregon. He's probably going to be a first rounder. What team does he go to? I don't know. If I had project, shit, he might go to the Eagles, actually. Now I'm thinking of it. That could ease it. Or I've seen a lot of teams saying maybe the Chiefs. I don't know if he goes to the Chiefs. Eli Stowers from Vanderbilt. He looked massive. He's great catching, passing tight end. I expect him to have second-round draft capital, probably second round in your rookie draft. Max Klare from Ohio State. I think Matty Keyboom said he's more of like a Dalton Schultz, so that's actually good news if you could get him. So I expect him to be a third rounder in the NFL draft, probably third rounder in your rookie draft. Joel Royer from Cincinnati. Didn't really follow too much of him, but it sounds like he's inline tight end and also can play in the slot. And Tanner Kozel from Houston, he made a lot of noise down in Mobile at the Senior Bowl. And it sounds like he's been actually very underrated, leading the nation in catches and yards and everything else. But he reminds me of Luke Musgrave. If Musgrave didn't get hurt, he is off to a monster rookie season. But the Packers just didn't use him this past year once Tucker Kraft got hurt. So it's hard to say what, Luke Musgrave is going to be, but that's what I think Tanner could be. So be on the lookout for him. Plus, if you're in a tight end superflex, you could probably get him in the 5th round, maybe, if you have 5-round draft for your rookie draft. But that is it for draft tight ends and also Fantasy Endzone. Be sure to smash the like and follow button. And if you're listening to the podcast, click the little bell notification. Hit me up. Give it a review if you like it. If you don't, hopefully you do. Also do that here on the YouTube channel. Be sure to give it thumbs up. It helps us, helps the channel grow. And we know that you want more. I'll be back next week, Tuesday. Again, don't be afraid to hit me up on X, Twitter, whatever you call it, at Louis Lewis 5. I'll answer you, and also I could bring it up on the show as well. Next week, we will be making our way into more rookie talks, and I will be starting my Rookie of the Week segment. So tune in for next week. Don't want to miss it. Also, I'm going to be covering the Super Bowl, so obviously you want to know the ins and outs of that game. As always, tune in to Player Profiler for expert analysis and tips. Remember, follow myself on X, Twitter, and I'll see you, Fantasy Heads, next week. Till then, peace out.
From the Podfather to you, I deeply appreciate you tuning in. And many ask, what can I do? What can I do to help support the hosts, the research they do, the production costs? Go to playerprofiler.com, Dynasty Deluxe, World Famous Draft Kit, Rankings, DFS Dominator, and of course, data analysis. Subscribe to any one of those, and you support all of us and take Player Profiler to the moon.